edge on you guys. What were some of the things they were doing that made them difficult?
We just got undisciplined. They're a very good passing team, and they share the ball. They're unselfish, and we weren't matching up. We were undisciplined, pinching in on drives when we shouldn't have been, and they just got open looks and knocked them down.
Trey, when you guys fought back after being there for a little bit, what did you think from that point to the end of the game was the difference?
For one, we didn't get stops. Then they got 2 back-to-back offensive rebounds, and I think that's what really changed the game, and that's why they won.
Tyler, there was, early in the second half there, you guys easily could have just let him get away, and you didn't. Kind of scrapped back in it. What was going on then, and what got you guys back in it?
I think the main message at halftime in the locker room from coach is just we got to have some fight in us. And we've done this before. We've come back before. So it was just sticking to our game plan and playing hard defense and put us back into it.
Matt, might this be a game that it's still early in the conference season, but really smart for you guys moving forward?
I hope so. I hope that's what it does. These guys beat us here last year. They just beat us here today. So we'll be ready to go when we see them again. But it's a tough one. They're a good team, but I can't believe we let one slide, especially at home, so I apologize to our fans.
Trey, they had a guy who averaged 8.7 points a game, scored 35 tonight. Obviously, he's a kid with some ability. What was he doing well today?
He's a great player, but I felt like a lot of it fell on us. We let him get, 3 easy spot-up jumpers in transition off of simple things, not just getting back communicating. And we didn't help ourselves out with a lot of ticky-tack fouls, and we're a way better defensive team than that. But hats off to him because he made plays, and we just got to be better than that.
Well, first of all, congratulations to North Dakota State. I thought they played really, really well. Played great as a team. They really shared the ball. They played very disciplined basketball, and they out-toughed us. They out-toughed us, and they were more disciplined than us, and it showed. Now, that being said, obviously we got off to a great start, 15-3, and those 15 came pretty easy. I think 5 for 6 from the field, and Mooney had 3 for 3 from the 3, and then they outscored us paltry 41-18, in the last 15 and a half minutes, and that's where it really showed its head, where we just got, I felt soft and undisciplined, and they smoked us in transition, and they were able to get stops where we just were not sharing the ball. And in the second half, obviously, we played a lot better. I thought the press was very, very good for us. We were pressing earlier. We just didn't get into it the way we needed to. But obviously, the last 8 minutes or so, we were very effective with it. And then we kind of caught fire. Mooney got going late where he was really making some plays to give ourselves a chance to win. I think, what did we go up 1 twice? But, we have all the momentum, the crowd's into it. You got to find a way to get stops, and I thought Miller really took over down the stretch. Obviously, Hunter had his best game of his career, and he's a good player, redshirt freshman, and so. But we got ahead twice, and on the one possession we get a block out, and there was a lot of contact, but you got to be tough. It's a man's game, and we didn't finish the box out and finish that play, and then we get it, and then they miss another shot, and A.J. Jacobson has a heck of a tip in, but we got to find a way to come up with that ball, and but hats off to them. I thought they played fantastic, and they earned it. He's a good player. I knew that. We recruited him for a while. He's out of Kansas City area, and he's been playing well lately. Certainly he's kind of fit in when you're a redshirt freshman. I think you definitely have obviously you're comfortable with the system, and you had a year to kind of, figure it out, and then it takes a little while when you start playing for real, right? And you can see his gradual progress, certainly, and since he's been put in the starting lineup, I think especially, he's really done a good job. And 5 for 5 from the three, but he's been shooting it at a lot higher level the last 5 games, and we kind of look at that, where a guy's trending, and so you could see those numbers rising, and so, you see the ball go in the hole, and he had a couple easy ones. We close out late, and he gets his first one. Well, it was a rhythm standstill three, and that's how it works. Shooting's contagious, right? And when you see one go through, and especially when you're younger, when you see one go through the hole, you start getting a little more confidence. And then the next one, they get a defensive rebound, and they clearly have the defensive rebound, and we have 3 guys standing around the ball. And they make one outlet pass and one more, and I'm not sure there was anyone within 25 feet of him. We all could make that shot. But you give him credit, he made them. And that's what good players do, and that's what good teams do, is you seize the moment, and they were able to do that.
The discipline that you talked about, the rebounding and the defense, that sort of thing, is this maybe uncharacteristic?
Yeah, I feel like it's been our strength, and so we told our guys. I felt like at halftime, we called 2 timeouts when they were in that big run that they had, and I got after them, obviously, the first time especially, which our guys usually handle that, well, and then we were almost acting like it was going to be easy, and like, are you kidding me? Life is never easy. It's never easy to win at this level. I don't care who you're playing, but you have to fall back on what you've been taught in practice and what you've been doing your whole life, and just being sound. And how many times transition defense was a real issue in the first half. We really tightened that up a lot in the second half. Well, why? Well, we just committed to it. It's amazing what a little commitment does. And then we made another adjustment, which I think really, really helped us defensively, and probably should have did it earlier. And that's certainly on me. But and then just like, they play long possessions. We talked about it on the pregame on the radio. Obviously, we talked about that for 3 days with our guys. And you got to be able to finish those possessions. And how many times did we foul with 2 seconds or 1 second left on the clock? We foul Hunter on a 3, right, with 1 second left on the clock, and then right at the end, I don't know, I think we might have been down 3 or 1, I don't remember, but Trey Birch-Manning gets the foul with 1 second left on the shot clock. And so, just make them throw in a prayer, right, instead of reaching and lunging, and just be sound. And those are not sound plays. But again, I don't mean it. We certainly shot ourselves in the foot, but they made us pay. And so you give them credit for capitalizing on mistakes. That's what good teams do.
What is the diagnosis or prognosis or outlook with Carlton?
Carlton's got a broken hand, so he's not coming back anytime soon. At least I wouldn't suspect. It just happened yesterday in practice, so, who knows, right? But, they'll reevaluate it here in the next couple days and go from there. And that's what we told our guys. Like, yeah, Carlton's a warrior, but it's next man up. And so we recruited every one of these guys in this program, and guys got to show up ready to play. I thought Dan Jack had a great game tonight. Played really, really well. Give Dan a lot of credit. Dan hasn't seen the floor the last 2 games, Denver or Western Illinois. And, maybe the last 2 years he hangs his head and, isn't ready to roll. And he was ready to compete tonight. And I thought he played a very, very good basketball game on both ends of the floor. It really helped us give us a chance to win that game.
Is the mask bothering Hagedorn's shooting?
I don't know. You have to ask him. He's got to play better. I know that. But we all got to do better.
Do you know how long he's going to be wearing it?
That's a good question. For sure, a couple more weeks. We'll just see how it sets, I guess, for lack of better word. But he's got to play. He's got to get back in the groove. He's struggled a little bit, obviously. During the UCLA game, he struggled before that happened and hasn't played as well. But there's ebbs and flows in the season, right? Like Coach Meyer used to say, you can't get too high and you can't get too low. And And if you're sky high when you win, and winning's fun, but there's always the next, right? And you can't, losing hurts. This one hurts. But you got to roll up your sleeves and get back to work on Monday and learn from it.